This video is sponsored by Skillshare, an online learning community that provides the most convenient and organized way to learn the skills you need to further your business or hobby. Hey guys, it's Max. Today we're here at Marabou Park in Spokane Valley and we're going to take a look at the Mavic 2. This is not going to be a full review or anything like that. I'm not going to cover all the new features or specs. You guys can see a little hyperlapse that I tested out. That's something new for this new drone. But I'm going to be comparing this Mavic 2 Pro version with the 1-inch sensor and the Hasselblad camera to both my Phantom 4 Pro and my Mavic Air. So my Mavic Air, let's get this thing out here, has been my travel drone. It's so small, really easy to pack up, and the quality is incredible, especially with 100 megabit per second. Now it's not as good as the Phantom 4 Pro with the 1-inch sensor. This has been my workhorse and it's paid itself back multiple times. It's reliable, it handles well, and I really like it. Now there's two things that I have as drawbacks with my Phantom 4 Pro. One is the sharpness of the image. I'm typically shooting with Sony cameras that like downscale 6K to 4K. The image is always so nice and detailed. And the Mavic 4 Pro just can't keep up with that. And you do notice a difference when you're cutting between them. That's why I'm hoping that this Mavic Pro 2 or Mavic 2 Pro with the Hasselblad camera will do better and kind of mix in better with my Sonys. And that's one test we're going to run. The other test is going to be dynamic range. Now this is one area where I'm disappointed by both the Mavic Air and my Phantom 4 Pro. It just really doesn't compare, even if you're shooting in LAW gamma compared to a Sony with their 14 to 15 stops of dynamic range. And it's always hard to record, say, if you're shooting a nice location or you're doing real estate videos and get both, if it's like backlit, the front of the house and the back without kind of compromising in one way or the other. Even though this thing is very, very nice and portable, it still is much larger and much heavier. That's one thing you can't really show on video or on a website, how much heavier it feels compared to the Mavic Air. Now the build quality on this thing is impressive. It's made out of plastic, but it feels like some kind of industrial plastic, and it feels high quality compared to the Mavic Air. And even the Phantom kind of feels cheap and kind of plasticky, maybe just because it's glossy compared to the new Mavic Pro 2. There's no doubt that this is DJI's most advanced drone to date, and I want to give a shout out to them because they keep stepping up their game so often. Even though there's really no competition out on the market, they've taken everybody out, but they keep improving. And this thing is filled with a ton of sensors, a bunch of advanced features, really good transmission, really great range, a lot of autonomous tracking. It is really incredible, there's no doubt about it. But for me, what really matters is the image quality. I still fly just with the joystick, without using most of those features, without the obstacle avoidance on, so I can do whatever I kind of need to do. So let's get this drone up in the air, shoot some 4K footage, and compare the image detail. Skillshare is an online learning community for creators with more than 17,000 classes in videography, productivity, photography, and more. It's available on Android and iPhone with the ability to download any course for offline viewing. So stop wasting time playing Candy Crush and expand your skills with Skillshare. Skillshare has a ton of drone courses, from starting guides all the way up to surveying, real estate, and the business side of drones. Premium membership begins at around $10 a month, but for the first 199 people to sign up with the link in the description, you can get 2 months of Skillshare for free. These spots typically go quite quickly, so make sure to take advantage of this great offer. So I'm crouching down here, hopefully you guys can see the screen. One thing I just found out, I almost did the test wrong for video quality, and here in the menu we have 4K full field of view options and then 4K HQ, which sounds like high quality. So if we go to the HQ mode, we get a really noticeable crop. So I'm going to try to shoot the test both ways and see what the difference is. It would be really unfortunate if, in the full field of view mode, if we lost image quality, because that crop is, fairly big. And if you're shooting in tight situations like doing real estate, that's going to be a limitation for you. So here's our shots side by side. This is all with normal color and daylight setting. So the color differences are very interesting. I would say the Mavic Air looks the best to me, but it has a little bit too much contrast, maybe a tiny bit too much saturation for my taste. So here's a 250% close up, and honestly, the Mavic Pro 2 looks the least sharp to me. Now I know that the focusing is spot on. You guys can see it focused right there in the beginning, and the Mavic Air just looks a little bit sharper, not much of a difference, but the Phantom 4 Pro is definitely sharper. I could actually make out some of the bricks in the building, where on the other two it really just looks like a painted surface. I do want to mention that the Mavic Pro 2 has the least amount of compression artifacts. The Mavic Air has the most, especially if you look at the asphalt, and the Phantom 4 Pro is kind of in the middle. So maybe there's more denoising or compression or something going on, causing the image to be softer. And I did kind of color correct these images just a little bit to get the contrast to be even. That way you don't think that image that's more contrasty is sharper, because sometimes your eyes can get confused. That comparison was using the full field of view of the Mavic Pro 2. This is the shot you see right here. And when we go into crop, the HQ mode, this is how much it crops in. So I actually went ahead and went backwards to get the same framing. And here are the shot results side by side. Once again, we see those differences in color and contrast. And once we punch into 250%, the Mavic Pro 2 does get a little bit sharper, but it's still basically the same quality as the Mavic Air, and the Phantom 4 Pro is definitely more detailed. Alright guys, so right now we're going to test out the dynamic range. It's actually the next day I had to stop what I was doing to go do a commercial shoot. But we're out here right now with the sun coming up. We have bright sun on these boxes here. And then I'm going to have a DMB in the shadow. And we're just going to see what kind of dynamic range we can pull out from these drones, since that's one area that I really am seeking an improvement. Here's all three drones in the normal color mode and the sunny white balance, and it's crazy how much better the Mavic Pro 2 looks. But if we go ahead and adjust the color and bring up those mids, now the differences are much smaller. The Mavic Air definitely has a lot more noise in the shadows, and the Mavic Pro 2 has an overall balanced looking image. But as far as dynamic range, I can't really say that there's any improvement with the Mavic Pro 2, at least shooting normal. I shot D-Cinelike on the Mavic Air because it doesn't shoot log, but looking at the log ones, the Mavic 4 Pro looks like it's flatter, like it offers more detail in the mids. But once we grade the images and get them to something that you can actually use, the dynamic range looks very similar. The only difference that I'm really seeing is that the Mavic Air has a lot more noise in the shadows. The Mavic Pro 2 now shoots HLG, which the other drones don't, and here I graded it into a Rec 709 color space, but I'm not really getting any more dynamic range than I am with the log, and I'm getting a bunch of kind of color noise in the shadows, so I definitely wouldn't use this over the log. I noticed some major distortion when I was shooting an HLG and log that I wasn't getting with the Phantom 4 Pro. Here's a shot with the Mavic Pro 2 using a normal mode, and as soon as I switch to log, look how much distortion I'm getting on the edges that aren't there in the normal mode. And here's a shot with the Phantom 4, which is wider, but almost no distortion that I could see compared to all of that distortion on the Mavic Pro 2. That is very disappointing with this Hasselblad lens system. Alright guys, so it's time for the conclusion, and as you may have guessed, I am a bit disappointed with the Mavic 2 Pro. I was hoping for some improved image quality and better dynamic range, along with all the new tech features that this thing has to offer, all the new sensors, the software stuff, especially with that brand name Hasselblad on the front of the lens with the new 1-inch sensor. Unfortunately, as you saw, that was not the case. Now, I wanted to make sure that this was not just an anomaly, that it wasn't just a bad unit, so I did some digging around online, bunch of forums, different posts and groups. And a lot of people are mentioning the same thing. And there's been actually a guy who shot a chart here. You guys can see an example. And yes, this is normal. This thing is not as detailed as the Phantom. That sucks. I'm not getting better image quality with this for that expensive price. And in fact, the version I have, I know I mentioned that I had the Phantom 4 Pro. That's kind of just in my mind what I say. That's a fib. I actually have the advanced version. It's basically the same thing. It doesn't use a couple sensors and I think a frequency in the controller. Other than that, it's the same. And I just looked it up online, and you can get it for $1,500 with that beautiful 1000-nit bright 5-inch built-in display, the same price as getting one of these. You are also going to get 4K 60. And I think that is such a better deal. As long as you don't need to be as portable as this guy right here, I would strongly suggest going that route. It's an amazing drone, even though it's a 1.5 years old now, and you get some fantastic image quality out of that guy right there. And also wind resistance. It definitely is more stable as well. Now, if you do need to travel, I would probably suggest, especially if you're starting out and you don't already have a drone. I know in the beginning I said this is the one to buy. I have to go back on that. I think the Mavic Air is a better deal, especially when you add in the Fly More bundle. This is almost twice the price. And yes, it has a smaller sensor, but the image quality is so close. And you can take those normal files and bring up the mid. Of course, you won't get the range or the battery life, but man, that offers such a good value. Hasselblad, I know DJI bought them out, and I know they put this brand name on here. I don't think that this camera system should have had that name on there, especially with that distortion that you see, that you don't see with the Phantom, even though you have a wider lens. That is unfortunate. Another thing, check out that focus breathing. You don't see that on the Phantom. It's quick, you don't have that breathing, and if you're gonna be focusing during a shot, it's gonna mess up your shot. Now, one thing that I'm missing from this guy, you know, not including the software features and the fact that it's quieter and the battery life, is the ability to take that lens and kind of point it up and get a shot from below. Here's a shot that I did, basically like a crane shot, and that is so cool to be able to do that. I will be missing it on this. So I guess this guy has to go back. I like the size and I like everything that comes with it, but unfortunately image quality is the king for me. Maybe it's not for you, so let me know your thoughts in the comment section. If you guys have any questions, you guys can ask in the comment section as well. But that is all, guys. Thank you guys for watching. This is Max. Make sure you guys are subscribed and you have those notifications enabled. And check out Skillshare. Check out the offer there. Those guys are great and they help support the channel. I will see you guys in the next one.